Yo, what's good, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to another one of my videos. If this is your first time coming to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning family member, then you already know what it is and what it always will be. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. Tell somebody to tell somebody if you choose to. If not, just sit back, relax while we get into this messy, well, not so messy, but messy thing. For those who have been listening to my previous or recent videos, I've talked about how I wanted to highlight the questions and the comments that I receive in private messages across the numerous or various social media platforms that I am on. I've received this question quite a bit recently, and I'm gonna guess people are going back to watch Erica and I's our sister's keeper when we did the live when we were speaking or reviewing Zatima. And so this is what this young lady had to ask me. And I'm going to put the screenshot so you guys can see it. It says, can I, but of course she meant, can you talk candidly on why you're no longer reviewing Zatima, but still reviewing Sisters? Personally, I think Zatima is the better show. Um, there are many reasons why I am no longer reviewing Zatima, but the main reason is that I honestly do not care about anything that happens on the show. So I'm going to be very candid and I'm going to be very honest without being, disrespectful or rude. I don't care about the show. I don't care about any of the storylines, to be perfectly honest. And anytime I think about a spinoff, there is a purpose for that spinoff. Even going way back in the day to the Cosby Show in a different world, Moesha and the Parkers. I wasn't a big fan of the Parkers, but I understood it. I understood there was a clear plot, a purpose, and an overall theme that was taking place on the show, even though I wasn't the biggest fan. Girlfriends and the game. Yes, the game is a spinoff of Girlfriends. Even more recently, having Blackish and Grownish, a clear purpose to why that show existed. And I'm not really sure I can say that about Zatima. The relationship of Zach and Fatima, I can see that on Sisters. There's not anything really different that happens on there. And to be honest, I believe that Zach is more disrespectful to Fatima on Zatima than he is on Sisters. That's just my personal observation and my perspective. I believe that Nate and Tony, and I talked about this if you go back and listen to my Zatima reviews the first season, I've stated that those two guys are like the great value version of Tommy and Cole from Martin. And that's probably giving them too much credit. But I'm going to stick with the great value version. I do not find them funny. I do not find them entertaining. And I do not find them engaging. And it has nothing to do with the people who portray them. I just don't like their characters. I feel like there is no strong storyline. There is no strong presence on the cast of Zatima. That's just me. Angela, Angela's supposed to be like the little sidekick, but she's not giving either. Like it, Bryce, he's not giving either. I'm gonna tell y'all, my favorite character on Zatima is Deja, and that says a lot. That says a hell of a lot. My favorite character is Deja's ass. So when it comes to Zatima, I don't care, and I think as a viewer, that's the most detrimental thing that can happen is that you honestly don't care about what is happening on the show. And I came to the, and I don't like to quit. So if I start something, I like to finish it. So once season 2 ended, I knew there is no way I could talk about this show because I don't care about anything that's happening. And that's when I made the announcement that I would not be reviewing Zatima once the new season came out. Now when it comes to Sisters, the reason why I will continue to review Sisters until there is a series finale or till the show comes to an end is because I am invested in the show. I am invested in the storyline. I've been watching Sisters since the premiere of Sisters. I've never missed an episode. I have a clear interest in the storylines that are happening on the show. To be perfectly honest, the only sister whose storyline I don't give a hot two dams about is Andy's. Everybody else, I have a genuine interest in their storyline. With Sabrina, I am so fascinated as to how she's going to maneuver and facilitate this relationship she's in, her desire to want children, because that's a real thing. And I can really relate to that when your mind and your heart are in conflict. What are you going to do? With Danny, it's still F Danny right now, but I do have an interest in seeing how she maneuvers in therapy. Is she going to use therapy to help her, or is she going to use therapy as a detriment to stay where she is? I am utterly curious about that. When it comes to Karen's storyline and this pregnancy, away from the DNA and the paternity aspect of it, I am so interested in seeing how Karen maneuvers this new lifestyle of being a mother, because she is the first person out of her sister circle to produce a child. How is that going to work? How are the dynamics going to change? Because they are going to change. It doesn't mean it's going to be better or worse, but they are going to be different. And I'm just, ready to see how the writers are going to implement that. Are they going to be true and authentic to the dynamic shifts that happens within friendships when children are added to the equation, or are they going to drop the ball? I am so curious. Fatima, I don't even have a thought because she doesn't have a storyline. You know what I'm saying? So with Sisters, I have a clear and invested interest in what's happening. With Zatima, I don't care. And that is the biggest thing. And I could tell how I'm like, I don't give a damn. And that was my attitude. I couldn't even fake it. I couldn't muster up, a fake desire or a fake excitement, because I don't give a damn. I just don't. Um and another thing with Zatima, in season 1, I had more of an interest because I feel like Fatima was actually had played more of a part, and then we slowly saw her move to the background, and it became the Zach show. Just like with Sisters, it started out with these 4 women maneuvering life and dating and professional, their professional lives and everything like that, to becoming the Zach show, and that is exactly what has happened on Zatima. And I don't want to watch Sisters 2.0. I really don't. And I just feel like what's happening on Zatima, I almost to say the show is pointless. Like, I am truly, excited for Deval and Crystal having their own show, and I think it is a blessing. However, I don't feel Zatima, the show, is needed, because there is nothing so worthwhile that's happening on that show that they couldn't implement on Sisters. That's just my personal opinion. I didn't want to make this a long video, but those are just my true feelings, my true thoughts. And even with you saying that you feel like Zatima is the better show, that's perfectly fine, that you feel that way. I don't see it that way, because I don't feel that there's not any strong storylines. When you look at Tony and Nate, what are they doing? When you look at Angela, what is she doing? When you look at Bryce, what is he doing? Even Zach and Fatima. Now, granted, we were able to find out a little bit more about Fatima, in her previous relationship with her parents. We were introduced to that aspect of her life. Her story was opened a little bit more, but somehow it always resorts back to Zach. And I still have the question, what about Fatima? What's going on with her? We don't get that. And I'm not interested in the Zach character enough to just want to solely be, focused on him. So I hope that answered your question. I tried to be as candid as possible without venturing into the aspect of disrespect to these people on this show. And it has absolutely nothing to do with the actors. Like, honestly, the person that probably pricked me the most on Zatima in season 2 was definitely the character of Jeremiah. And the actor who plays him, I've seen him in other projects. He's an amazing actor. The young lady who plays the character of Belinda, I've seen her in several other projects, even going back to when she probably was a late teenager in her early 20s, and she's a great actress. So I've had encounters as far as viewing them, some of these people, on other projects, and they're really good. So it's not them, it's the material. Really have nothing, to really offer. But Jeremiah definitely, to me, was the breakout star on season 2 of Zatima. He piqued my interest more than anyone else on the show in the past 2 seasons. So I definitely want to give him that. I think he did a bang up job, the actor who portrayed Jeremiah. But yeah, it's just not hitting on much for me. A lot of misses. So that's where I am. Like I said, I hope that that answers your question. If not, we can talk about it more in the comment section. If you guys have anything you would like to chime in on, you can say it. I know y'all will in the comment section. But I want to thank you guys for listening. And until next time, I will holler at y'all later. And y'all be safe out there.